Complex Atlanta's top 25 artists of all time. And when we left off, we was talking about, I think, Lotto. Lotto was the number 25 top artist out of Atlanta. And of course, we kind of talked about who was 1 through 4. But hold on real quick. Let me see if I can pull it back up. All right, so we left off at Lotto. Lotto was 25. So let's get back to it. Coming in at number 25, Complex top 50 artists of all time. Of course, y'all can remember, we was outraged that Saha the Prince was 48 and B.O.B. was 43. Outraged. Definitely two artists out of Atlanta that should be top 20. They have no business being in the 40s. Right? You got artists like Fabo, Sean, Paul, Big Gip, and Soulja Boy that are ranked higher than Saha the Prince and B.O.B. No disrespect to any of those artists. It's just some fucking bullshit. And if anybody is watching this and they would like to chime in, you can chime in on the Instagram, in the comments on the Instagram. You can log in on the Twitch and talk with us on Twitch. And if y'all want to cam up, then hit me up in the DM or hit me up in the Twitch chat if you want to join in on this conversation. Because I plan on having another podcast where I actually address this list in a more in-depth way. But again, this is some bullshit. I don't know what the fuck they got going on over there at Complex. But Doja told you that these folks is tripping. So let's keep this thing going, man. Let's see. We was at number 25. Lotto coming in number 25. Number 24, Lil Yachty. Speaking of Lil Yachty, we was just talking about how he was ghostwriting for Caribou, going off on his best friend for saying, for start not being grateful about a podcast that he had. And I really didn't care that Lil Yachty was in the podcast space. I would say that Lil Yachty actually lasted a lot longer than I thought he would. Initially coming into the game, he was like one of those artists that really blew up off of a social media post, but he definitely backed it up with hits like Broccoli. He writing hits for the City Girls, and just really just having his own lane and his own kind of style. He definitely made a way for himself in music, but I really still wouldn't consider him higher than Saha the Prince or B.O.B. when you come to ranking Atlanta artists. I just think that is egregious. That just don't make no freaking sense. But, hey, not really here to fight about it. I'm just here to report on what Complex feel is the top 50 artists of all time out of Atlanta. Number 23, a great guy, man, Waka Flocka, man. You know, he some may get his intentions confused every now and then, but he definitely made a way. The new crunk era, Waka Flocka had hits like Hard in the Paint, No Hands, and It's a Party. Grove Street Party. Round of applause. Many others. Shout out to Waka Flocka, been doing his thing for a very long time, and he definitely deserves to be on the list. I basically just wouldn't have him so high. No disrespect. But if Saha the Prince is number 48 and Waka Flocka is 23, that's definitely an issue with me. But no disrespect, Waka Flocka does deserve his spot on the list. But maybe not number 23. Number 22, the legend, Bankheads legend, Shawty Low, aka Carlos, aka Elo. Yeah, man, Shawty Low had his hands in a lot of Atlanta culture. Atlanta artists came to Shawty Low to make sure that they had an opportunity to get their music being played, being heard. He invested and was a CEO for people like the Franchise Boys and D4L, one of the originators of the Snap movement, had hits like They Know, Dun Dun, and I'm the Man. Shawty Low is definitely a legend, definitely deserves to be on the list, and I'm not that mad with him being 22. Definitely in the top 25. 22 is not a bad place for Shawty Low, but again, there's a lot of artists that probably ranked higher than him that probably shouldn't be there, and some artists that rank below him that probably should be above him. But no disrespect to the legend. Salute Shawty Low, man. Yeah. Number 21, Kilo Ali, the legend. Another legend of another pioneer in the Atlanta space. Kilo Ali had songs like America Has a Problem, Cocaine, Freaky Dancer, I think, something like that. Yep. Excuse me, I got the sniffles real bad. But yeah, Kilo Ali, man, Atlanta pioneer, definitely deserves to be on the list. I wouldn't put him above B.O.B., and I'm gonna be saying that for a lot of folks, but actually, I still respect Kilo and what he did for Atlanta culture, coming in at number 21. Number 20, Gunna, which is kind of, that's a good spot, but not really, man. Gunna probably is number 13, number 15 to 12 or something like that in my eyes, but definitely got his own lane, and one of the leaders of the new school when it comes to Atlanta culture, and from fashion to style of music, he definitely has made an impact on Atlanta culture. So shout out to Gunna coming in number 20. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these out the way. Number 19, Takeoff. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I don't know if I would separate the Migos on this list. I think that they have to be a package deal, and I'm not sure if Quavo made the list. I know that Offset is ranked in this top 20. If Takeoff is 19, that's fine. But, I wouldn't really separate the Migos. I would just say that. 18, Lil Jon. Lil Jon is an Atlanta legend, one of the best producers in hip-hop, and definitely was good to see him at the Democratic National Convention doing the roll call. Lil Jon, had an era, had a whole genre of hip-hop called crunk that he streamlined. He may not have created it, but he definitely is the spokesperson for crunk music, and also got one of the best ad-lib games in all of hip-hop. Shout out to Lil Jon. Jermaine Dupri at number 17. That's a little too low. He should be a little higher, maybe. Jermaine Dupri may not be considered just a rapper, but definitely one of the best producers of all time, period. And the fact that he wrote rhymes for Criss Cross and maybe the Brat and others and Bow Wow definitely put him up there as a rapper. And maybe he does deserve to be number 17 or maybe a little lower. I probably would put him in the top 10, maybe at number 10, but definitely he's a legend nevertheless, and one of the best producers. Whether you talk R&B or hip hop, you definitely got to put Jermaine Dupri in the top 5 in producers of all time. So shout out to Jermaine Dupri, So Def. 16, CeeLo. Underrated. Goody Mob is hard to separate them as a group, but if you are going to separate them as a group, CeeLo definitely stands on his own as one of the most diverse, one of the most eclectic, one of the most talented wordplay lyricists. Everything that you can say is spiritual, lyrical core of the Goody Mob, one of the most important Atlanta rap groups of all time, and he's also one of the most important hip hop artist of all time because he spans through so many different genres. He can do jazz hip hop, he can do gospel hip hop, he can do country hip hop, he can do hardcore hip hop. There's really nothing that CeeLo can't do, and he definitely deserves to be on the list, if not higher than number 16. Salute to CeeLo. Coming in at number 15, Quavo. Okay, so they didn't miss any of the Migos on the list, but they definitely probably shouldn't have separated them. But all of the Migos came in the top 20, and that was impressive. The hook man of the Migos, and also one of the standout athletes and stars of the group, Quavo, has been carrying the torch since the group has dissipated and since the loss of Takeoff. Rest in peace once again. Quavo is definitely a leader in the new school, and his solo career is not as impressive as his catalog with the group, but he definitely needs to be in the top 20 nevertheless. And also, shout out to Migos. I probably will put them like at number 8 or something like that, or probably number 13 or something like that. Number 14, Killer Mike. Man, this is getting kind of hard because Killer Mike definitely needs to be a little higher, but I'm not sure where I would rank him, whether or not he makes the top 10. There are a lot of talented Atlanta artists. I definitely would put him above Sci-Hi, but not above B.O.B. as far as catalog goes, but definitely Killer Mike, legendary Grammy Award winning artist out of the west side of Atlanta. I almost forgot what they call his side of town. Allen Temple. Shout out to Killer Mike, man. West Side, Atlanta stand up. And definitely one of the more political, lyrical, and longevity is what we also could say about Killer Mike when it comes to his career as a rapper. Offset at number 13, above Killer Mike and above all the other Migos. Offset has made a way after being one of the members of the group that you really didn't know who he was because he was in jail for so long. Offset definitely made an impressive career as a standout of the Migos group. And Once Bad and Bougie hit number 1, and he was one of the main artists to, break out with that song. He never looked back. And also for having a vision for getting with Cardi at an early in her career, and pushing her to be the best female artist that she can be. And and he's basically hip hop royalty with him and Cardi doing what they do. We definitely gotta respect that, and we gotta respect him at number 13 on the list. I got to take a quick break, so I'm going to find a video to kind of get to, but we're going to take a break at number 10. Number 12, I don't really know why this artist is actually on so high on the list. I know that he has a cult following, but I really don't understand it too much, and I definitely wouldn't put him catalog or lyrical ability above B.O.B., Sci-Hi the Prince, Killer Mike. I can name a whole lot of different artists that he shouldn't be above. He definitely could be in the top 50, but I just wouldn't put him so high in the top 20 at all. Playboy Cardi at number 12, them folks tripping. But it is what it is. He is a hit maker. He does have a cult following, and he's a staple in a new generation of Atlanta hip-hop. 21 Savage at number 11, man. The feature killer, one of the best new artists out in hip-hop and in Atlanta culture. Shout out to 21 Savage, who definitely had a slow start, but definitely got the ball moving and has really, really impressed me as he continued to drop dope music and dope features. Get him on the song with anybody, and he finds a way to stand out. So I definitely have my respect. Shout out to 21 Savage coming in at number 11. So now we just got the top 10 artists to discuss. Top 10 artists of Atlanta's complex of top 10 artists of all time coming out of Atlanta. I have to get this door, so I'm gonna take a quick run real quick, and then we're gonna talk about a little politics, and then we're gonna get up out of here. All right. Should we watch this reparations video?
How do we set a standard, or what is your standard for who would qualify under this idea of reparations? What's the standard? Who qualifies? How would you dole that out? Nicole?
Now, I understand that, we do have a diverse Black population in the United States, but I think part of the problem with the way that we've talked about repair, about reparations, about things like affirmative action, has been that we treat these as if they are racial programs. And of course, the Supreme Court has said that we can't use race, even in a way that would benefit people who race has been used against them for 350 years. But I think of these as lineage, right? As programs that are trying to address the conditions of people who were racialized a certain way because their ancestors were enslaved in this country. And I actually think that by flattening it to just say reparations are for Black people, it's actually reifying the construct, because then we're saying that race is a real thing versus what we're actually asking for is our ancestors were enslaved, we were placed under certain conditions, and the conditions we live in now are not because we are African, but because our ancestors were enslaved in this country. So I'm not making a racial argument. When we include every person of African descent, we're actually making a racial argument, because we're saying if you came from Nigeria 20 years ago, or your ancestors were here 250 years ago, you're the same. We're not. Black Americans are actually the only Black people who are not allowed to have an ethnicity. You can come here, you can be Nigerian American, Jamaican American, but we have to be the catch-all term. We were enslaved by the same people, but I would not move to Nigeria and say, I should be part of your reparations effort. I would not move to Jamaica, right? And Cobra is fighting for reparations for the Caribbean. I would not move to Jamaica and say, well, the English enslaved my people too, so when y'all get y'all reparations, I deserve that. I think everyone, and I'm part of a global reparations movement that brings reparations activists from across the diaspora together, and we are all fighting for reparations, and we are supporting each other collectively, but we're fighting for our individual reparations based on our individual experience and lineage. Our reparations are to the United States government.
All right, so reparations. That was just a quick little video about reparations. Y'all know we feel like reparations should be fought for, but it probably is a far-fetched movement here in the country, because we can't seem to get everybody on the same page. Back to the top 10 best Atlanta artists of all time. Let's get into it, man. Who we got? Coming in at number 10, Lil Baby, man. Let's give a round of applause, Lil Baby. He pretty much is like the Michael Jackson of Atlanta hip hop, man. He just couldn't miss. He came out swinging hard, swinging for the fences, and got plenty of hits behind his belt. From We Paid to the Freestyle to Drip Too Hard with Gunna, Emotionally Scarred, and on and on and on. Lil Baby can do no wrong when it comes to making music in the hip hop space, and one of the hot leaders of the new school, new generation hip hop. Lil Baby definitely deserves to be. I don't know about the top 10. It's a little early to put him in the top 10 in Atlanta hip hop, but definitely a top 20 of all time. And I'm not mad with him at number 10. Shout out to Lil Baby. For those that feel like Lil Baby have dropped off or fell off in some way, I just disagree with that. I feel like, he just stopped making hits. He still makes good music, and he still got a couple of hits under his belt. So shout out Lil Baby coming in number 10. Number 9, 2 Chainz, a.k.a. Titty Boy, man. Coming in at number 9. And I definitely got to agree with that. I gotta agree with that. Top 10. He just got lyrics. He got charisma. He got style. He just got it all, man. 2 Chainz is one of the best Atlanta artists of all time. And whether you counting his catalog from when he was with Duffel Bad Boys, with Player Circle, or you counting his catalog when he made his reemergence as 2 Chainz, Titty Boy has been a force in street music culture for as long as he's been in the game, and he's really found a way to make his wordplay felt in Atlanta hip hop, man. Shout out to 2 Chainz coming in at number 9. Take a quick drink real quick. Hold on, y'all. Shout out to the makers of Arizona. They keep that Arizona at a low price. This is the complex best Atlanta rappers of all time. What up, Ayo KO? AKO. Yeah, see, Complex. You might not be able to see it that great if you want to see a better view of the show. Log on to the Twitch. Log on to the Twitch app, Doja on Twitch, if you would like to see a better view of the show. But again, this is Atlanta's top rappers of all time according to Complex, and they put Lil Nas X as number 58. At number 50. Saha the Prince at number 48. So they have been fucking up with this list altogether. B.O.B. at number 43. So that's definitely. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on the Twitch app. Because you can see the whole screen on the Twitch. I just went live on on Instagram, so I could, have people chime in on this list. So we got all the way to the top 10. Of course, we got Lil Baby at number 10, number 9, 2 Chainz, and number 8, Big Boy. I disagree with this. I feel like Big Boy is underrated. I feel like Andre 3000 is overrated. Yes, Andre 3000 to Dame Doja is overrated, and you cannot separate Big Boy and Andre 3000 when it comes to a list. When it comes to any hip-hop list, when you separate Big Boy from Andre 3000, you are damn near committing a crime. It just ain't right. But Big Boy was the one in my eyes that was carrying the group Outkast for for some years before Andre really had his breakout. But definitely you can't separate Outkast as a group. Definitely. A&H probably should be number 2 or number 1. But best rappers of all time and in Atlanta hip hop culture, Big Boy and Andre go hand in hand. So that's just the way I feel, and he's definitely an underrated artist. Yeah, my boy don't follow me, you know what I'm saying? He on that Twitch. I appreciate you, brother. All right, so Sir Lucius Left Foot coming in at number 8 on the list. Number 7, Ludacris. Definitely underrated. Definitely got to be top 5. And he's not 5. Ludacris, some may consider him a Chicago artist. I understand that. But definitely 7 is kind of understandable. I get it. But, I guess the rest of the list could really be argued in a number of ways. But Luda passed every test. He made music that was clean. He made music for the clubs. He made music that was lyrical. He made music, when it comes to battling. He made music that crossed genres. He made music that was serious. And then after hip hop, he found a lane and acting and more. Definitely just can't count him out in no way, shape, or form when it comes to hip hop, for lyrical content, for impact and catalog. Coming in at number 7, he probably should be higher. We got Ludacris. Yes, sir, yes, sir. I mean, throw them bows, move, bitch, blueberry yum yum, runaway love. I mean, it just goes on and on and on when it comes to Ludacris. Shout out to Big Luda coming in at number 7. Number 6, Young Thug, man, one of the most influential artists of the new generation. Young Thug, Free Jeffrey. Definitely is a multi genre, very diverse artist coming in at number 6. Whether you want to talk about his impact with his fashion, his impact with his style of rap, and his just ability to stand out with his lyrics amongst the pack, Young Thug definitely should be top 10. His influence, his catalog, and his rap skill probably is the part where he lacks a little at. But I don't got nothing to say about Thugger, but I wouldn't put him above Luda. I just wouldn't put him above Luda as far as best Atlanta rapper of all time. But he definitely is in the top 10. Shout out to Young Thug, Free Young Thug. 5. That was 6. Okay, so 5, Jeezy. So this is where it get interesting, right? This is where it's gonna get a little interesting because the rest of these 5 could be number 1. They could be, anywhere on the list. So much respect to everybody on the list that we've named thus far. And again, the rest of the list, there might as well be a 5-way tie because these are Atlanta legends for sure. And they could just be from 1 through 5, they can kind of land in any one of those categories. So you got to respect it. But I will say that I agree with where they put Jeezy as far as in relation to Gucci Mane. A lot of folks don't want to see Gucci Mane rated higher than Jeezy. And when you talk about catalog and cultural impact in Atlanta, it's just hands down. Gucci Mane is you cannot deny his impact and you can't deny his catalog. Yeah, Jeezy got some impactful songs and he got some hard songs that can wipe the floor with some of Gucci Mane's songs. But Gucci Mane, from his features to the artists that he put in the game, and from his damn songs are classics. His mixtapes, he got a lot of classic mixtapes, and he's just a hell of an artist.
Atlanta rapper.
I don't know who's the number 1 Atlanta rapper. I know Outkast and Organized Noise changed the trajectory. I know Criss Cross and Jermaine Dupri and what they did broke the ceiling open for us. I think Atlanta is a phoenix. Mm-hmm. Our logo is a phoenix, and every 2-3 years we burn ourselves down, and then we come up with something, a new creation to rise out of those ashes. So I'll let you guys argue over who's number 1, but I'll tell you this, stylistically, you've never seen an Atlanta rapper that's mastered as many styles as me. You've never seen an Atlanta rapper who can rap with Black Thought on Monday, rap with Bone Crusher on Tuesday, get on there with Freddie Gibbs on Wednesday, pop up next to whoever your favorite rappers is on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and show up and show out every single time.
I hope we respect you with the place that we put you on. I'm going to tell you in a second, but first I'm going to give you our top 5. Number 1, we have Andre 3000.
You can't have Andre without Big Boy, so I don't accept that. I refute any list that breaks Outkast up. I think it's a list after that. Okay. So I hope you guys do better next time.
Number 2 is Future.
Man, gotta get.
Okay, so y'all already know who number 1 and who number 2 is. Y'all now know who number 1 and who number 2 is as I float in the clouds that are blue. Who number 1 and number 2 is? Andre 3000 and Future. But we just left off talking about Jeezy being number 5. So who is number 3 and number 4? If Jeezy is number 5, Andre 3000 is 1, Future's number 2, and Luda is number 7, who can be number 3 and 4? You guessed it. Gucci Mane and Tip, the two trap gods. Gucci Mane, the flair, went from robbing in his black tee to drinking lemonade to serving out to swing my dough. Had some of the vicious, most deadliest diss tracks of all time. He just got it all, man. Street hits, commercial hits, got songs with Mariah, got songs with shit, you name it, man. Gucci Mane is definitely one of those artists that some may not like his ranking as amongst the top. His impact in the trap culture and his catalog. You just can't argue with the Guwap, man. And he's still doing it, man. Just dropped a new album this week called Greatest of All Trappers. Y'all go check out Gucci Mane's new album, man. He is the GOAT. The GOAT Trapper, man. And I like that new album that he got out right now. The Greatest of All Trappers, man. Out right now. It's a Gangsta Grizzle with DJ Drama. So y'all go check that out, man. Guwap. Y'all know how he do when he get on his mixtape, Gucci. And again, definitely deserve to be in the top 5 in my eyes. Any of these artists can be somebody's number 1. So salute to Gucci Mane coming in at number 4. And the Gucci Mane coming in at number 4, then you already know Tip is coming in at number 3. Number 3, T.I., the king of the South. Could be number 1 to some folks. Could be number 5 to some folks. But he definitely need to be in the top 5. Whether you talking lyrical ability, he's probably one of the best. When you talking about catalogs, nobody wants to have a versus against this man. When you talking about impact in the culture, again, we wouldn't really be saying trap music without this guy, leading the path for that word, that genre of music, and everything in between. T.I. is an entrepreneur. He got his sons on in the music game right now. He's like the LeBron James of Atlanta hip hop, and I salute him coming in at number 3. But he probably could be number 2. Probably could be number 2, honestly, man. But it's kind of hard to be number 2 when you got to go against a guy like this. Number 1 in a lot of folks' eyes, one of the most influential artists of all time, Future. You just can't do no wrong, man. Toxic music, R&B type music, club trap music. Future just gonna do what Future gonna do, and that is perform and make some, innovative, hard-hitting hip-hop every time he comes out. I just can't have no argument with him. I used to feel like he was overrated, but he definitely consistently kept elevating the game every time he dropped. And with the last couple of albums that he dropped, I had to go ahead and, submit to him being one of the greatest. He actually one of the GOAT rappers of the South, period. Future, man. The catalog speaks for itself. And shout out to him coming in at number 2, and that leaves the number 1 spot with Andre 3000. I feel like this is a bad choice for him to be number 1. I understand, I get it, but I do not separate Andre 3000 from Big Boy, and Outkast could be number 1 as far as I'm concerned. I'll take that before I just take Andre 3000 being number 1 by itself. Big Boy, I really don't like to see Big Boy performing without Andre. I just went to Funk Fest the other day, and Big Boy was in there performing without Andre, and I can't say that I like that. That wasn't what I like to see. But again, salute to Andre 3000, salute to Big Boy, salute to the Dungeon family, and no salute to Complex, because they really fucked up this list. They really just missed Sci High at number 48, bro. That's still crazy. Like, that's just outrageously crazy. Oh, we've been going for an hour and a half. All right, well, we'll get ready to shut this thing on down, man. Of course, I still got some politics and a smidge of the sports to get through, so we're going to try to speed through the rest of the show. But yeah, man, we just had to kind of, take our time with the Atlanta top 50 artists of all time. I was going to kind of like breeze through it because I didn't agree with what Complex had to say about that. But I had to do it some justice. I had to kind of let y'all know why they chose who they chose and how they fucked up. Any artists that are not on the list that we forgetting about? That is a great question. If you guys can remember anybody that you feel like should be on the list that are not included, y'all chime in, man. Let us know in the comment box. Again, like and subscribe. Follow us on all platforms. And we are going to move on to the next subject. The Doja Told Ya podcast 125. You dig? Before we move on to the next subject, let's play another quick video, another quick clip.
Question, how come you never said all lives matter until we said Black Lives Matter? I know there's some reporters out there, they're going to write about this, and I know they're going to get on Mass Live, and they're going to say, there goes that Bishop Swan playing that race card again. Well, here's what I have to say about your proverbial race card. You made up the game. You produced the deck. You put the race card in the deck. You've been playing the race card ever since you got here. And now you want to stop me from playing the card that you built America on and have been playing ever since you got here. I'm going to stop playing the race card when you stop profiling black and brown people. I'm going to stop playing the race card when we stop getting pulled over for driving while black and walking while black and eating while black and breathing while black and dancing while black and living while black and just being black.
You're listening to Doja Told Ya Radio.
Hi. So now that that was Bishop Talbert Swan at the meeting where he just had to point out a couple of good points. Don't be mad at me playing the race card because you the one that invented the whole deck. You've been playing the whole deck of race cards. Now y'all be mad when we actually want to bring it up. No, it don't work like that. No, sir. All right, so we are... Should I let that Killer Mike line? Yeah.
Whoever your favorite rappers is on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and show up and show out every single time.
I hope we respect you with the place that we put you on. I'm going to tell you in a second, but first I'm going to give you our top 5. Number 1, we have Andre 3000.
You can't have Andre without Big Boy, so I don't accept that. I refute any list that breaks Outkast up. I think it's a list after that. Okay. So I hope you guys do better next time.
Number 2 is Future.
Man, gotta give love to Pluto. He's one of the illest ever.
Number 3 is Tip, T.I.
Man, Tip is amazing. He started what the genre that's known as trap.
Number 4 is Gucci Mane.
Man, shouts out to WAP, man. He gave so many people a chance, that trap style and evolving to what it is.
And number 5 is Jeezy.
I knew that was gonna be so. Jeezy's absolutely amazing in the sound that he brought. I'd also like to say, man, there's some young rappers that while y'all arguing over, who has done what, I like people to pay attention to JID. I like
100%.
people to pay attention to Belly Gang Cushington. I like people to pay attention to Kenny Mason.
We ranked you number 14.
I mean, it's higher than I expected. I've been disrespected on past lists by not making them at all. But man, whoever the 13 in front of me is, you put them on the track with me, it's gonna be dangerous. I ain't never took no L to Andre 3000 on no song.
Yeah, scientists and engineers, that you guys were pretty.
No, I ain't never took no L. That's my job, but I ain't took no L.
Okay. My dog said, go on with that shit. Y'all might be able to put him at number 14, but he definitely out rapping like 10 of the 10 folks on that list. Nah, man, but I definitely agree with him with the Outkast take. All right, so we can finally move on. And by the way, shout out to Witch Doctor. Shout out to Witch Doctor. Who else?